You're watching the WJCL 22 News Runoff Election Special.
Right now, polls are closed in parts of our area. We're keeping you updated on everything you need to know as control of the U.S. Senate hangs in the balance.
And the power is in your hands, the voters, right here in the Peach State. Candidates are making a final push on both sides of the political aisle.
That's right. All eyes are on Georgia tonight, watching this monumental election unfold in the Senate runoffs. Thanks so much for joining us at 7. I'm Shannon Royster.
And I'm Dale Julin. Election officials picking up the last batch of absentee ballots. Here's a live look at the drop-off location on Eisenhower Drive. Just an hour ago, Gabriel Sterling, the state's voting system implementation manager, said there were more than 200,000 possible outstanding votes in Georgia.
And tonight, the polls are now officially closed at all sites but 2 in Chatham County. But those already in line will still have the chance to vote. Our Stephen Moody is live right now. Stephen, how are things looking where you are?
Dale, Shannon, I'm still at the voting location here in Berwick where the polls have officially closed, but we are still having some voting at a couple of other locations. Those times have been extended at the following locations: the old courthouse on 124 Bull Street. Voting has been extended there until 7:33, and at Beach High School on Hopkins Street, voting has been extended there at 7:35. Now, the reason we've been given is because of delays there. That order came from the Superior Court offices of Judge Bass. Now, once again, no issues with voting at the location that we're at, but the locations where voting has been extended has been at the old courthouse on Bull Street and at Beach High School on Hopkins Street. Reporting live tonight here in Savannah, Stephen Moody, WJCL 22 News.
Stephen, thank you. And across the nation, all eyes are on Georgia right now, the 2 runoff elections determining whether Republicans or Democrats control the United States Senate. Sally Kidd is in Washington.
Both parties have poured loads of money into these 2 races, and a record 3 million early votes were cast, underscoring the importance of this election. In the pivotal Georgia Senate elections,
this is history unfolding in Georgia right now.
2 Democrats.
Are you ready to win this election?
Taking on incumbent Republicans.
We win Georgia, we save America.
We have to get it done.
Both races considered razor close. The stakes so high, both President Trump and President-elect Biden made 11th-hour visits to Georgia to rally supporters.
The power is literally in your hands.
The election happening on the eve of a vote in Congress to certify Biden's win. At least a dozen Republicans in the Senate and some 140 in the House plan to object to certify results from 6 states.
Tomorrow, the Constitution will be defended and the American people will see the truth.
This is going to fail in each case because the Democrats in the House will not vote to throw out any of the electors. And you need both chambers, the House and the Senate, to vote for this.
President Trump pressuring Vice President Pence to reject the results.
I hope Mike Pence comes through for us.
But Pence's role is only ceremonial.
He has no real legal authority himself to object to anything.
The nation's capital bracing for protests as the 2020 election finally nears the end. Republicans need to win only one of those Georgia Senate seats to retain control of the Senate. In Washington, I'm Sally Kidd.
We want to go now live to our Riley Miller. She's live at the Georgia Southern Armstrong campus with a closer look into the possible outcome of this election. Riley.
Hey, Shannon, thank you. I am live right now, joined by political science professor Dr. Kimberly Martin. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so it is a historic night tonight. Polls closed just minutes ago. Right. I want to ask what the campaigns should be looking for as results start to come in.
So what's probably going to happen this time around is very similar to what happened during the election night in November. You're going to see a lot of those in-person votes being counted at the very beginning because those are the easiest to count. Whereas you're then going to see a lot of the absentee ballots later on tonight, probably into the next day, and maybe into next week as well. So at first, the campaigns are probably going to see more of the red mirage or sort of a red wave because Republicans typically will vote in person and on the day of the election. Then as time goes on and those absentee ballots are counted, then you'll start seeing more of the Democratic votes coming in, since we know from November in the primary that these absentee ballots tend to be more Democratic.
So rewind back to November. It was days until we had results. Do you expect that to happen again, or do you think we may get results a bit quicker this time?
So I do think that results will come in a little bit quicker this time, simply because our election officials, they have experience doing this now. They've learned any lessons that they need to learn from the primary and then from November, so they're going to be fairly quick about it this time. Now, that's not to say that it won't take a couple of days. I don't believe we'll go to bed tonight knowing exactly who the winner is. There will still be votes to be counted tomorrow and then into maybe a couple days from now, but I do think it will be a little bit quicker. Now, there will probably be some challenges to this election as there were in November, so we might have to get ready for any potential recounts or other things that might come our way as well, which could take even longer.
And there were millions of Georgians that did vote early or absentee. What do you think that says about this runoff?
I think that it says that people are very excited about this election. They're engaged, they're motivated in a way that we haven't really seen that often.
And do you expect maybe a split decision in this runoff?
It's possible. There's two scenarios. One is that the candidates are win outright with a margin that's high, and then there's also possible that the election will be very narrow. And my guess is that it will be very narrow, and that will cause the process to take even longer. So.
And what do you think that this whole process says about the state of Georgia?
It definitely says that Georgia is ever evolving politically, much faster than most of us would have even expected. I think most people, even in November, wouldn't have guessed that Georgia would have gone for President-elect Biden at that time. It's just showing that in Georgia, the demographics are changing and the politics are changing as well.
All right, Dr. Martin, thank you so much. For now, Dale and Shannon, back to you all in the studio.
All right, Riley, thanks so very much. Very important information there. Well, now let's continue our team coverage, heading now to Atlanta, where we find our Frank Silkowski. He joins us live from Buckhead. That's where the Georgia GOP is setting up shop tonight. So, Frank, what's the latest there?
Well, I tell you what, guys, as the temperatures drop here in Atlanta, the excitement beginning to build inside this Buckhead hotel. We're coming to you from the Grand Hyatt in Buckhead, where tonight the Georgia GOP holding their election night party. Senator Kelly Loeffler will be in attendance. Of course, Senator David Perdue will not be in attendance. He's still in quarantine after coming in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. And we've touched on it. The polls have just closed just minutes ago, but Senator Kelly Loeffler still going on social media, just tweeting out, if you're still in line to vote, stay there. Georgia, it's our time to save our country. Again, the party here in Buckhead started around 7 o'clock. It's expected to go into the midnight hour, 1 a.m., and we just heard it in that interview Riley just did, that we may not have the final outcome tonight. More than likely, we will not know the results, the final winners in these elections. But I tell you what, it was a very big day for Georgia voters. They got out. It was all eyes on the state of Georgia, and Georgia voters, they took that responsibility to heart, and they went to the polls to let their voices be heard.
There's a responsibility I have as a citizen of the United States to come out and exercise my right to vote. There's many people around the world that don't have this privilege, so I want to do that.
Again, polls closing at 7 o'clock. We do have some locations around the state staying open a little bit later due to some issues throughout the day, including those two locations in Chatham County. Can tell you that another polling location in nearby Cobb County, it was kept open an extra 10 minutes because of a delay to start the day there when folks started lining up to do their voting. But again, the story here in Buckhead, the Georgia GOP, They are now hosting their election night party inside. Again, Kelly Loeffler will be in attendance. So will state Republican Party leaders and supporters of Kelly Loeffler and Senator David Perdue. Reporting from Buckhead, Frank Sulkowski, WJCL 22 News.
Frank, thank you. More team coverage now as we head back to Savannah, where our Danae Bucci has been in close contact with the two Democrats on the ticket for weeks. And Danae, she's joining us live. How are they feeling in the final few minutes of this race?
Dale, well, they are on the brink of making history in the state of Georgia if Jon Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock get voted in, and that would be at the hands of voters. I'm going to have you take a look inside of one of the voting precincts here in Savannah that is still open because it was extended. And both candidates are well aware of exactly what's at stake with these two Senate races. Here, Ossoff and Warnock are just 2 days ago in Savannah on one of their last campaign stops. No Democrats have won in the state of Georgia in 21 years, and that was back when Governor Zell Miller won in 2000. And Warnock would be the first black senator in the state and the first senator from Savannah in more than 150 years. Now, voters say they can see a little bit of themselves in each of these candidates, which is why they're supporting them as they head to the polls.
Talk about, we say we love people, but then you don't put your money where your mouth is. You don't want to put money into the communities. You want to put money and save it for big business. And that's not right. That's not fair. You got to take care of the people who take care of the community, not just say you were for the community.
Now, I've spoken to both candidates today to see how they're feeling. Warnock says he's feeling good on this election day and is seeing incredible energy across the entire state. And Ossoff says he's thankful to the voters in Georgia who stood behind him as they've gone through this very long election cycle. And both Warnock and Ossoff say if they are voted to the Senate, the first thing they want to do is get $2,000 stimulus checks into the pockets of Americans across the country. Reporting in Savannah, Danae Bucci, WJCL 22 News.
Danae, thank you. And a reminder for you, we have everything you need to know on the Commitment 2020 section of our website, WJCL.com. We're constantly updating that information for you. That's where you can also find the most up-to-date real-time election results. Again, that's the Commitment 2020 section of our website, WJCL.com.